Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hey, do you like true crime? Me too. And I know what you're thinking. There's so many true crime pods out there, you've already heard all the stories. Well, what if I were to tell you you're wrong? I'm Leroy Luna, the host of Excuse Me, That's Illegal, the podcast that takes a hardcore look at softcore crime. I've got a back catalog of hundreds of bizarre and hilarious stories just waiting to be heard by you. So come join me. Excuse Me, That's Illegal is available anywhere you get your favorite podcasts, with new episodes dropping on the 10th, 20th, and 30th every month, baby!
Let's hang out.
Let's hang out.
And let's talk about what lesbians have found.
Let's hang out.
And let's listen to two lesbians shout.
Let's hang out.
Let's hang out.
Welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Leigh Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the lesdom.
So, a lot of you who listen to this podcast know we talk all the time about a little gay mecca just down the way from me in Boston. It's very, very close, just a drive away.
It's queer, it's quirky, and it's always a good gay time. That's right, we're talking about Provincetown.
Leigh, I'm so excited. I don't know if you know this. I have a gay aunt.
I've
ever
never
heard of her?
heard about your gay aunt. Tell me about gay aunt Meg.
My gay aunt Meg, she used to live in P-Town for years. So I've been going to Provincetown since I was like 5 years old. I remember the first time I went to my first drag show in P-Town when I was like 10. And it was life-changing. I mean, I don't think I'd be the gay I was today without Provincetown. If you have never been to P-Town, you definitely need to plan a trip.
And there's so many opportunities to go. There's Single Women's Weekend, Girl Splash, Family Week, Carnival, and honestly, just a ton more. There's things going on all year round.
One year, I accidentally stumbled upon Bear Week. Clearly not for me, but you know what? I still had a blast with all of the bears at the pool. But my favorite time I've been is all of the Memorial Day weekends, but it is the lesbian takeover on the East Coast, Memorial Day weekend in P-Town. And it's
Incredible.
the best.
Maybe we'll have to plan a Let's Hang Out P-Town retreat sometime.
Oh my God, it'd be amazing.
But in the meantime, make sure that you sashay your way to ptowntourism.com.
That's where you can find the official guide to Provincetown at ptowntourism.com. Cannot wait to see you there.
Let's hang out.
This Week in the Lesdom is a place where you can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. We want to let you all know that we are still planning our Trova trip to Croatia. We have 11 people signed up so far, and we have 3 more early bird spots that are being subsidized by one of our beautiful patrons. So thank you so much for that. If you want to join our trip, you can do that at bit.ly/lesdocroatia.
We also want to remind everyone that in Season 6, we are putting up new bonus episodes for our Patreon supporters every month. We have 5 out already, and our last one was on Chasing Amy. Our next one is coming up on January 30th. It's going to be on Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. So if you just need a little bit more Let's Hang Out in your life, you just want to hear more of our thoughts, all of the thoughts that Ellie and I have on all the gay things, you're going to want to make sure you check that out. You can join our Patreon at bit.ly/lespatreon.
This week is a very big week for us. We are recording our Should Have Been Gay live episode for our 100th Should Have Been Gay.
Wild.
Insanity. That is at least 100 hours of Should Have Been Gay. Sometimes more than an hour per episode. But this week on Wednesday night, we're going to be joined by Devin Hales and Bethany Brown to talk about Wednesday and the School for Good and Evil. It's going to be really fun. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can get your tickets at bit.ly/SBG100 live. It is going to be on Zoom, so you can log in from anywhere to hang out with us.
In the Greater Liz universe, we want to let everyone know that Saran Jones really just bringing it all for the gays these days. Just posted that she is putting up another play that's gay. It's about two gay Californians, and it's basically, it feels like it's a play that's told about their whole kind of love story, but told in little vignettes, like out of order, like chronological order. So I don't know much about it, but it's called Spy for Spy, and regardless, we're just here for Saran Jones continuing to do all the gay things. Incredible.
Speaking of gay things, has everyone seen the new Clue? Because there is some... Also, most of the characters on that board are gay. Let's be real.
Yes.
But the chef in particular...
Super dykey chef.
So gay.
Yeah.
Like, so gay. Were you the one who wrote on her Twitter, yes, chef?
Yes.
You would?
Yes, I was. Listen, I cannot be blamed for that. Like, that chef has a trail of broken-hearted women in her wake, okay?
That is a Shane chef if I've ever seen one.
Oh, God, she really is. Also, in the Greater Liz universe, Sarah Paulson made a post for Helen Taylor's birthday, and I actually didn't see this, Ellie, so what did it say? I assume it was the cutest fucking thing
It just was the cutest thing imaginable.
They always
It was
are.
just about, like, how much she loves her and how she has impacted her. Like, it was basically, like, I have been changed for good, but,
Amazing.
like, from Sarah Paulson to Helen Taylor. It was beautiful. Lesbian love is real, and that's it.
I didn't see her birthday post. I did see all the clips, though, of, God, who was Sarah Paulson talking to recently, where it was like she was doing some interview with, like, some other actress, and she was like, oh, but, like, you're not my type. You're, like, you'd have to be, like, 50 years older or something.
I think, was it with Cate Blanchett?
Maybe. I don't remember. It was just, I just remember seeing the clips all over the place and dying laughing. So, A+ job, Sarah Paulson. That's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Leigh.
Thanks, Ellie and Leigh, and welcome to our 98th installment of Should Have Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, marriage. Marriage is what brings us together. Today.
There's honestly so many options you could have done for this intro.
It was a real tough choice.
As you wish. My name is Iñigo Montoya. You
I should have.
father.
Yeah, I should have done the
Prepare
whole
to die.
monologue.
You know?
Listen, I went with my heart. Okay?
And that, honestly, I should have expected that from you. It was perfect. So, to those of you who don't know, we are talking about The Princess Bride today. Super excited. And we have a very special guest with us today, Kendall Payne. Kendall, welcome.
Hey, sup, sluts. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, you can.
You are allowed to say whatever you want.
It's okay because it's true.
I'm just going to storm off in outrage.
I don't know you guys at all, and my first addressing of you was that you're sluts.
I like the
It's-
confidence.
It's weird because you
honestly.
didn't know, but then you knew. Like,
I-
you saw into our souls.
Yeah.
As I say that as Leigh is like the most.
Fully
Like-
monogamous. I
Yes.
could see that in her.
But that's why it means so much to me. No one ever
Leigh,
calls
have you
me a
ever been
slut.
called a
You
slut
just
in your whole
you knew
life?
what my soul needed. Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of types of slut. You could be a monogamous slut, and that is sort of... my friends in college, I used to call them monogamous whores because they would just get into these relationships over and over again. I was like, you're being a whore for monogamy, and it's gross, and I hate you.
That would have been me. That I would have been that friend.
That is
Yeah.
Leigh. That is you.
That's fair.
Definitely.
So you're a monogamous slut, and that's okay.
And that's okay. Also,
I just derailed this whole podcast
it's
in
perfect.
seconds.
this has set the scene for what's going to be a great episode. For those of you listening, we want to tell you who Kendall is.
Please.
Kendall Payne is a queer filmmaker and stand-up comedian based in Brooklyn, New York. Kendall, I think you were recommended to us by Carolyn from Diking Out.
Oh, love Carolyn.
So
Slay.
super excited about that. If Carolyn says you're great, then of course you're going to be great.
A recommendation we trust.
Yes.
So true. Yeah, I've been to Carolyn's house upstate. We're actually kind of good friends, to be honest with you. So if she didn't give me a glowing recommendation, that would be actually sort of a
Rude.
Yeah, we'll tell you the real deets afterwards,
Yes. But you also have a comedy show that you do monthly in New York as well, right?
I do, yeah, at Union Hall. It's called Slumber Party. It's on Instagram at Slumber Party NYC. I host that with Jess Henderson, who's also a stand-up comedian in Brooklyn. Both of us have been on Dyking Out many a time. So yeah.
Well, we're
that's
super
us.
happy to have you here and let's hang out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And to talk about an absolute classic. I feel like we say that jokingly,
But this
so
is like
many
the classic
times.
to end all.
Dude.
But this
Let's
is
be
so real. Like, what a iconic classic film, The
Dude.
Princess Bride.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And up until today, I always thought like, yeah, of course, The Princess Bride doesn't pass the Bechdel test. But what I realized today was that there are 2 women in the whole film. Like, it's actually
Excuse
no women in
you,
the
there's
film.
also the woman that screams at her during the dream.
Oh my
So there's 3.
God. Okay, wait. That's
Oh my God.
That's just Leigh because she's lesbian.
Repulsive.
She's a lesbian, and that's actually canon.
Do you think
Wow,
that
queer
that's her,
erasure
Do you think that's
right
her
out the
fairy
gate.
gay mother? Like in the
Definitely.
dream, she's like, "You cannot marry this man. You must marry your lesbian lover."
Listen, who but a fairy gay mother would come out with Queen of Putrescence? Like, yes.
Literally, that is the gayest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
we will get to that. We have to do our IMDb synopsis first, but I definitely want to talk about that like straight up hag. Like
Literally.
that is the definition of a hag.
Queer
Okay.
icon.
Lover.
Okay, our IMDb synopsis for anybody who's not familiar with The Princess Bride, God help you, is as follows. While homesick in bed, a young boy's grandfather reads him the story of a farm boy turned pirate who encounters numerous obstacles, enemies, and allies in his quest to be reunited with his true love.
Perfect. What do we think about this synopsis? Do we feel like it's an accurate representation of the film?
It didn't do anything for me personally. It didn't like the movie is so like emotional and like so much more than like a grandfather telling a story. Like it's giving everything. And for me, that synopsis gave nothing.
Nothing.
So do it one better, Kendall. What would be your gay synopsis for this movie?
I mean, I feel like if I had to like go with like if I had to like turn this movie gay, sort of in general, I'd be like, okay, 3 dykes. Like, first of all, Fezzik, Iñigo, and Vicini.
Yes.
The 3 of them would be dykes for sure.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like a gaggle of dykes, right? So, like, a gaggle of dykes kidnaps Princess Buttercup, who is closeted but about to marry a prince. And they kidnap her, but it's actually like plot twist. She wants to be kidnapped and she's here for it. And then her ex-lover comes and sort of causes a lot of drama and chaos, sapphic chaos, if you will. And, I think it would just sort of spiral like downhill as you wish from there.
As you wish. When I was watching my rewatch today, I'm watching it and my girlfriend's like, texting next to me, that scene when they're falling down the hill,
yeah,
like, look, this is my favorite part.
It's the best part of the movie. I had the exact same experience with my girlfriend when I showed her this movie for the first time because she hadn't seen it. And I was like,
never seen it?
She had never seen it.
Oh my God.
And literally immediately, and this is a spoiler, so if anybody's like listening to this and hasn't seen the movie, like go see the movie. Sorry to take over your podcast. I'm like, pause the podcast.
Leave. Stop listening right now. No, we do. Honestly, we do that too many times. What were we doing the other day, Leigh?
The Handmaiden.
We did an episode about The Handmaiden, which hasn't come out yet. But every 5 minutes, I was like, if you haven't seen this movie, please stop. Like, I don't want to ruin this beautiful film for you.
We're an hour and 30 minutes into the episode, and Ellie's like
actually,
spoiler alert.
At the end of the episode, I'm like, goodbye.
Yeah,
Stop
I guess
this podcast.
All of your episodes are probably spoilers.
This movie came out in 1987.
Okay.
It's okay to spoil
That's
it.
actually so true. That's so true.
What's the statute of limitations on spoilers? To me, I feel like
think
it's honestly
35 years.
35 years
fine.
is enough.
Okay, great.
I mean, almost 36 by the time this episode comes out, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she immediately knew that the Dread Pirate Roberts was Wesley. And I was like, that's like a huge
Carrie
reveal.
Ellis looks like Carrie Ellis.
Yeah.
Like, you can't put a mask on him.
Okay, I guess
tiny mustache, and you can't see his eyes. Like, clearly, he looks completely different.
And then I realized I was like, oh, I was a child when I watched this movie. So it was a big reveal for me as a child, but she's an adult who sort of knew exactly what he looked like.
See
and
face shapes. Yeah.
And I was like,
maybe
as you wish, it's Wesley. And she was like, yeah, no shit.
She's like, yeah, he talked once. And I was like, Carrie Ellis still, I
perfect.
see.
Yeah.
Is this how Superman fools everyone? Is like they're actually all like 6 years old?
Yes.
And he's like, glasses, no one knows it's me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like literally
it's exactly the same.
Whoa.
Incredible. Okay, here's my gay synopsis. I wrote a gay synopsis for The Princess Bride just as is, okay? My gay synopsis for this movie is, it's a veritable race to the bottom as every man in this movie tries to out-gay the rest. Maybe Grandpa was the real gay agenda all along.
Yes.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
That's a sleigh. And honestly, I didn't think about it as them all being faggots, but now
they literally all are.
It is they're all gay. And that's why there's all men in this movie, because they're all gay for each other.
Listen, all I'm saying is like drop RuPaul in the middle of this movie and it's a totally different movie all of a sudden.
Literally. Slay. Okay.
It doesn't pass the Bechdel test, but it's because it's a gay man's film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all were like together for me now. Yeah.
And if we were gonna have a girl in here, Princess.
Literally.
Let's name her Buttercup.
Buttercup. Yeah. It's the gayest name.
It's a drag name.
It's a drag name.
Princess Buttercup.
Princess Buttercup is a drag queen, and that's period.
It explains everything.
Yeah.
Leigh, I also took a very a more narrow view of the gayness, but I really saw one of the more beautiful love stories that I think I've ever witnessed in film, and that is this. Gay Prince Humperdinck and his true love, Rugen, must get Humperdinck publicly married to throw the public off of his gay ass and kill his beard on their wedding night so they can finally be together in their gay palace with their custom-built sex dungeon.
I mean, yes.
You guys really just changed the whole movie for me.
Right?
I'm sorry, but
you were looking at it and then you're like, wait. This has completely shifted.
Wait, is the six-fingered man Ruben? Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The six-fingered
They're in love.
man.
Oh my God.
They're in love. The guy's name is literally like Humpadick, right? Like, that's not just me. Like, his name.
Humpadick.
Yes. Like, it's right
Humpadick.
there. It was in our faces the whole time.
It was there the whole time and we missed it. And it's crazy.
Who wrote this movie? Are they gay?
Okay, you know who also is gay in it, though? Is Fezzik and Iñigo Montoya.
Yes.
They're in love.
They're in love. Like, they literally are in love. They ride away on horses together at the end of the movie.
It's a double date.
It's a double date.
Before we get, we're like at the end of the movie already. Before we get there, you rewatched this because your girlfriend or your girlfriend hadn't seen it when you watched it for this.
No, I didn't even watch it for this. I was just like a couple months ago. I was like, you have to see this movie. It's my favorite movie. Yeah.
So, what is your background? What's your experience with the movie?
Okay, so I watched this movie when I was like 6 years old, and it is not appropriate for a 6-year-old, but I was raised by two parents who were working, and so I would go to my friend's house, and her mom was kind of like, after school, I would go to her house, and her mom was just one of those moms who was just like fast and loose. You know what I mean? Like, did not have any rules. It was a free-for-all constantly, and somehow we just like watched this movie over and over again, and I just like fell in love with it. I think it's the funniest movie, and my friend who was there would always be terrified of the ROUSs. I remember that very vividly, and then like it's just been like one of my favorite films. I don't know. I just think it's one of the funniest movies there is, and I feel like
movie.
It's not really branded as a comedy, and like ultimately it is like a fucking comedy.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The whole movie is stupid, and it's full of like incredible lines. Like you guys have already said like almost all my favorites, but there's so many more. Like it is so stupid. It's a stupid movie.
Yeah. But it's perfect.
And it's
though.
perfect.
It's like perfect in its stupidity.
Yeah.
What about you, Ellie? Because Kendall, I don't know how old you are, but Ellie, I can confidently say this movie's older than you. So
Yes.
what was your experience with this movie?
Similar. I've definitely seen it like a bunch and agree. I cannot tell you the first time I saw it though. I actually think I might have seen it for the first time in college even, which is like, it was not really a childhood movie for me.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because like, I don't know, like maybe it just like wasn't like a movie that my parents watched. Do you know what I
When
mean?
did this
'Cause I feel
movie
like
come out?
1987.
1987.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you two perfect things, iconic things that entered the world in 1987. The Princess Bride
And you. I knew
Yeah.
it. I don't even know
Perfect.
you, but I knew it was you.
Knew it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it wasn't really a movie that we watched in our house. Like, my family is like, even honestly, we were watching even more inappropriate films than The Princess Bride. Like, the movies that like I watched as a kid were like Scary Movie. Do you know that? Like the spoof Scary Movie? The Hot Chick was a movie that we constantly watched. For Christmas, we watched 8 Crazy Nights. Like, we were watching like the most severely inappropriate films. Like all those like rated, like Road Trip. Like, I don't
but
even know.
not The Princess Bride.
But not
That's so
The
sad
Princess
to
Bride.
me.
But I started watching it in college. I feel like a friend showed it to me because they were like, this is the best movie ever. And when I saw it, I was like, you're correct. And since then, like, I just continuously, it is like a comfort film.
It's
like,
totally a comfort film.
If I want to watch something that's just going to be like silly, make me laugh, like I said, like when they're rolling down the hill, like I still crack up. Like the entire exchange where he's talking about the poison.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
That like
so good.
Is a masterclass in just like comedic comedy, like a comedic monologue. It's perfect.
My favorite line of the film is when he's like, no more rhymes and I mean it. And Fezzik goes, anybody want a peanut?
Yes.
Like that is the stupidest, funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's so dumb and so funny. Billy Crystal is the guy at the end, right? The Miracle Max. Miracle Max. Like the dungeon assistant who like coughs up a lung and then is like, oh, sorry, here's my real voice. Like there's so many like stupidly funny
it's
bits.
so good. So
like,
good.
It's so good. And so yeah, and for this I watched it again today so I could just like have it fresh and watch it with some gay eyes. But yeah, I think I love it. I mean, it's like just a classic to end all classics. How about you, Leigh?
I mean, I also feel like I watched it pretty young, and I saw this movie a ton. I hadn't watched it in years. That's why I was like, so this is another one where I owned this on DVD myself and like broke out the DVD to watch it for this, which was fun. But I hadn't watched it in a really long time, and Kelsey and I were watching it, and I was just like, what A+ perfect film. Like, it just, especially for how old it is, to like still hold up
the test of time, right?
Like, this is still so good. It's so funny.
Its only issue is that it actively fails the Bechdel test.
Yes.
Well, sure. But it's still, but it's
no
just, like,
notes
the comedy,
other than that.
the comedy in it, the way that they commit despite the production value is like so perfect to me. Like, there's just something about watching Westley and Iñigo up on the top of the cliffs, like flinging themselves about onto the very obvious like crash pads underneath them, you know, and like watching Wesley wrestle like the RUSs in the forest, and you're just like, this is the stupidest, most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. And like, I love it. I love it so much. It's such a good movie. It's so funny. Like, we were watching it and Kelsey kept laughing at me because it's like, I kept having to like say each line like as they're coming up, like all the stupid lines that like, same thing where I'm like, this is just like a nothing line, but it makes me laugh every time. And like, and they're just there. Like, this movie is just like permanently in my brain. Like, you just can't escape
Or-
some of these lines.
Wait, there's one other. Well, there's so many, but the one that really got me again today was when she's like, "You've been so kind to me, but I'm never going to see you again because I'm going to be killing myself when I get to the suite."
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, well, yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Kiss
Yeah.
me. And you're like, what is happening?
Well, or like the ones, like some of the stupid ones that kill me are like, I don't know why. I always think it's so I just think half the time Andre the Giant talks in general in this movie. I love it. But the one that kills me is at the end when he's like, "Oh, and I thought, like, there's 4 of us if we ever find the lady. Hello, lady." I'm like, it's such a good line. It's such
so
a good
good.
line. And it's like the delivery of everything is so perfect.
How can we've gay synopsied. I don't know how you
Yes.
say that. We have done our gay synopses. Let's talk more about how we could actually make it super gay. So I'm curious, Kendall.
Yeah.
So we have the like lesbian trio. Let's just dive more into how could we make that work with this new lesbian Princess Bride film.
Well, I mean, like, for me, Westley is kind of a masc dyke. Like, the hair is
Oh, for sure.
giving masc lesbian. And so for me, like, that is already sort of just there. Honestly, I've sort of changed my mind based on you guys' IMDb synopsises, which slapped so hard. And I do feel like Fezzik and Indigo are a gay couple, Iñigo. And so in many ways, I kind of want them to stay that. And also, Vicini is also really gay.
Oh, Vicini is so gay.
So
Like,
gay.
So gay.
So for me now, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not a gaggle of dykes and more so a gaggle of gay men. And they are saving the lesbian to go be with her masc lover, who's also masked.
Oh,
Ooh, a mask.
A masked
I like
mask.
that.
Mask.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wait, has anyone done that? You know how they're like, "You've heard of Elf on the Shelf." Did you mask on a mask?
Yeah. Tweet it now. Go quick.
Go before someone
Incredible.
steals it.
Yeah, a masked mask. Yeah. So for me, like true love, that's gay.
Mm-hmm. Well, also the version of true love that they give us in this also, like, let's just dive a little bit into like Westley and Buttercup's love story, right?
Literally.
This
Okay.
love story, if Leslie is a masked lesbian, right? This lesbian has said 3 words. I'm like, how many words? 3 words to you.
And
you're
you're
like, you know what? I think I
fucking
love her.
dumbstruck.
Yeah.
You're so in
You know what?
love.
I think I'm in love.
And also they fell in love in like days, it sort of felt like.
Oh, like-
also gay longing looks, a lot of looks. Ultimately, there's also like
plus-
a power dynamic. Like, she's in charge. Sorry, do we have a mask bottom in the house?
Plus, that whole opening scene where they're like, Buttercup lived on a farm, and she's like riding up on her little horse, and I'm like, OG cottagecore.
Such cottage
horse
core.
right there.
No, it's
Right?
so true. Horse
Yes.
girl? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Horse.
And-
I
And
dated a horse girl, and I feel like ultimately horse girls are gay.
Well, and they
Was
don't
your
get
horse
into the
girl
dynamics.
similar to Buttercup.
No, she was crazy, but
Is Buttercup not a
aren't
little
all horse
crazy?
Yeah,
girls
is it?
crazy?
As well.
Yeah. Is Buttercup not?
Okay, but they don't get into the dynamics at all. But I also think it's funny that they have this whole thing where they're like this secret relationship with the farm boy, and I'm like, there's nobody else on this
Yeah,
farm.
it seems like it's
Closet,
just
yeah.
the two of them.
No,
right?
that's so true. Wait, I
It's-
never thought about that, but it's just them. It's like, why is it a secret?
It's just them.
Maybe it's a
It's
secret
just
because
them.
they're closeted lesbians and they
Yes.
don't want to admit that to themselves. They're closeted to themselves, not even there's nobody around.
Look at Carrie Elwes's little baby face, right? When he's in his little farm boy stage, and then he's like, I can't marry you yet. I have to go off and grow the world's tiniest ponytail. Like,
It's so true. And you know
Sir,
what also
come
is
on.
gay? Becoming a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's it.
listen,
real.
every fucking little twink in Bushwick is becoming a pirate. Like their outfits, I'm sorry, but it's getting out of hand. It's
So are they just dressing like pirates, or have you been out in Bushwick and you're like, wait, these people are acting like pirates?
I mean, no, they're just dressing like pirates, but wouldn't that be so funny if like there was a movement of like gay pirates in Bushwick happening?
Yes.
And I was like, I'm
Yes.
here to report.
That pirates have
That
taken over
pirates have
Bushwick.
taken over Bushwick. Yeah.
For some reason, like I don't know how is there water close to Bushwick?
No, but actually there's like randomly like not a barge. That's not the right word. What is, it's like an inland, like, I don't know. One time I went to a boat party in Bushwick and I was like, wait, what?
Where is
I
this
was
water
like,
coming
I
from?
was like on a boat and I was
They
like,
shipped it in, you know.
Also, I was on the boat and somebody was like, oh yeah, this boat is like sinking, but like really slowly. And they're like, the owners of this boat are like having a bunch of parties because like the boat is ultimately
Like
gonna
eventually
sink.
this boat will be the Titanic.
Isn't that
and, like,
crazy?
whoever's on the last party, like they're
They're
like
at
Russian
the
roulette
end,
with a
yeah.
sinking boat.
No, it was the craziest party I've ever been to. I went with this person I met in quarantine who ended up getting COVID and not telling anybody. It was like a disastrous friendship that imploded so hard. But they invited me to this random boat party. And I was like, I did not know that there was water in Bushwick. So that was a really long-winded way of me telling
To
you
say
that
there might be water in
there's
Bushwick.
water in
Okay,
Bushwick.
just in the same way
Nice.
that we found water on Mars, there is water in
there's water in Bushwick.
But either way, I agree, becoming a pirate. And then two, I will say, their like long goodbye.
So
and the
good.
fact that she's like, I'll wait for you.
Gay. It's a
And
long-distance relationship. They're in an
they
LDR.
enter into a long
Gay.
distance relationship.
Gay culture.
That
And
is
the way
lesbian
that
culture.
this lesbian Wesley, quote unquote, when she comes back, let's call Wesley.
Also, I thought you said
the
earlier,
lesbian that
I
she
thought
is.
you called Wesley Leslie, which is a perfect lesbian name for
Oh my
lesbian
god.
Wesley.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Leslie showing up in a high camp pirate costume cosplay with a tiny little ponytail, being like, my true love, as you wish, is
Well,
like
but
so real.
before Leslie Wesley like comes back and rescues Buttercup, she's also pissed at Buttercup for not waiting for her, which I also feel like is such a
Yes.
gay
Gay.
move.
Yes.
yes.
Where she's like, oh, so you got a fiance like 6 years after I left.
You didn't wait for me? Like,
your enduring loyalty he spoke of. Yeah.
and
he's-
she's like, I literally thought you were dead. So
And
relax.
she's like, I don't give a. She's like, you have to be alone, and for the like, if I die, like I will haunt you. Like basically, like
Yeah.
that's like
Well-
how gay their relationship is. Like I'm dead and I don't care. Like be alone till you die.
I mean,
That's insane.
it's gay canon.
It's like you like the song by Alanis Morissette. You ought to know.
yes.
Like that's Wesley.
Wait, is that Alanis Morissette?
Yeah. You ought to know is Alanis. Yeah.
I was thinking of that song by the Four Non Bonds, What's Up? That's what
What's
it is.
Up?
Yeah.
Both very similar
Both.
vibes, but when Alana says, when you said you would love me until you died, but you're still alive, like Wesley's like, I don't care that I died, but you're still alive, so you should still love me.
yeah.
Like,
Yes, so true.
intense.
Well, I also feel like Buttercup being like, excuse you, like you died and I am clearly just becoming a beard for Prince Humpadick, and like I don't see why that's such a problem here. Like
I also do feel like Wesley is pissed off that she hasn't waited, but Buttercup is also super gay because she's like, no, you don't even understand. I'm still in love with you.
Yeah.
Like she tries to move on.
She's like,
well, she doesn't even
she's
try
like,
to move on.
The day you died, I died. And it's like, okay,
It's like, oh my god,
girly.
you knew each other for 3 weeks.
she's
Relax.
so dramatic. It's also like being so dramatic about your ex.
Is gay culture.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like how long does it take them to get back together, right?
Oh,
like
they
an
get
hour?
back together
An
immediately.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely.
Well, I'm including the chase, so like I don't know.
But I also feel like once she finds out it's Wesley, like she didn't know it was him. Once she finds
Yeah.
out it was him, it's like 10 minutes and they get back together.
Looking back now that I know that he was literally just wearing a mask and I'm an adult and can see that, I'm like, how did you also not know that that was your
Okay, wait. I
lover?
will give one defense of this. It's been years in an era with no pictures.
Okay. Interesting.
So
take.
maybe like but like
So-
if that was your true love, you don't think you'd remember
Well,
what he
she
looked
knew
like?
him for like 2 weeks,
But
okay?
but she's still pining over him. So you don't
Yeah,
think she dreams
but
about him?
she's the love of her life. I'm like already
Yeah,
making
yeah.
him get
yeah. I'm like, what?
She's
Where are we
the
going?
love of her life.
Wesley is his-
Listen. Maybe Leslie
Yeah.
got a little
Her
prettier in
they
her mind
pronouns.
over time, and now she's forgotten. But yeah, I love how she's describing the eye color like to those eyes, and I'm like,
Yeah, she's literally
Ma'am.
describing his eyes while
To
staring
him.
into the only part that you can see are the eyes.
The mask is not covering enough of his face for me personally, for that to land. But you know what? I'm gonna let it slide
Yes.
yeah.
because it's a great film.
Exactly. So we have that gayness. They get back together, right?
Definitely.
I mean, then the rest of the film is like still, right? They are like, okay, we're in love again. And then they get separated. She agrees to a comp het relationship to save her lesbian lover.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's
She's
so
like,
true.
I will marry this man that I do not love so that you can survive.
So you can live, even though he's a fucking liar.
Mm-hmm. Also, I mean, the only thing that I will say about this movie is like, I don't understand. Like, I do feel like Buttercup trusts Humperdinck too much. She's like, I don't love him, but like, she thinks he's a decent
She
guy.
does think
and
he's a
I'm
decent
like,
guy. Can I say now, every time you say Humperdinck, all I'm thinking of is Humpadick.
Yeah.
Because that's his name. Because that's what they
Humpadick too
named the
much.
character. This one's not on me, okay?
it's not.
I take no responsibility
They
for
created
this.
They
character.
did that, yeah.
Yes.
No, she is too trusting of him. I do feel like in general her character is a little too like naive for me. I'm like, girly, grow up. Like, and I do think that was the writing, and I do think that is another failure of, you know, bringing it back to the fact that there's literally 10 men in this movie and 2 women. The writers probably weren't like super into like writing a well-rounded deep
No, I
woman.
feel like the only reason that Buttercup is like even remotely you're like, wow, I love Buttercup is because it's Robin Wright.
Yeah.
Like
And
otherwise I'd be like, this girl
she's
needs to get a grip.
She needs to get a grip. I would have to agree with that. She's giving like lost girly. I don't know. She's just really not all there.
She cannot protect herself at all. Like I do feel like if this movie was made today, she would have been more.
She
Like,
would have been more. I agree.
when
Dude,
you
she
have,
would have
like-
killed
yeah.
like 2 or 3 RUSs single-handedly
So
in the
true.
fire swamp.
It's
Easy.
true.
She wouldn't
Yeah.
be so helpless in the fire swamp. Like that is like
That was a little much for me ultimately, but she did
She's
jump
like, "Help,
into the water.
Help, Leslie! Help! He's eating
Yes.
me!" And she's just like sitting there. Yeah.
or yeah, when the eels come, like
When the
she
eels
would have
come.
like punched them in the face and
Yeah.
like she saves herself.
Yeah.
But what are you
Wait,
gonna
also,
do?
sorry, can we sidetrack to talk about how very phallic eels and how very terrified she is to be in water surrounded by them? She's not into it. That's
You're
all I'm
right.
saying.
It's the shape of the eel. It's not their teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
The eel is a metaphor for dick.
Yes.
Yes, she's like, I don't
I-
want to marry Humpadick. I don't want to swim with Humpadick. I don't want
want
to do
dick.
anything.
I don't
Like,
want
yeah.
dick.
Mhm.
Yeah. She's like, I will legitimately put a knife through my chest
She's
before
gonna
I have
kill
to sleep with
herself
the man.
Before I have to sleep with the man. Yes, literally.
Every chance she gets, she's like, I will end my life before I get into this marriage bed.
It's
Like-
no, it's literally giving closeted lesbian. She's like, I cannot marry a man. It's like, yeah, because you're gay and your
Yeah.
lover is gay.
And you're in love with a woman. Yeah.
And counterpoint to that, like, look at Humpadick, who is just like, every chance that I can have to have my fiance kidnapped, murdered, killed, like whatever I gotta do, I am not sleeping with this. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/leshangout today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/leshangout.
Let's hang out.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help you find options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, and when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, and when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Woman, like, he's not going to touch her with a 10-foot pole.
He also,
Yes.
also is like, I will kill you
I will
rather
kill
than sleep with you.
Literally.
Yeah, he's a little sicker about it.
He
but-
literally doesn't even kiss her on their at their wedding.
No.
He's like, get it over with.
Because
Yeah, he's
gay.
like, he's trying to rush to her death. Like, Right, because he hired Vizzini, right?
Literally.
So he
Also, where
has
do you
done
think he met
everything that he
Vizzini?
can. It's what?
At the gay bar.
At the gay bar. Literally, where
did
they
he find
meet?
those assassins?
Is that
a
what we're
group
saying
of
the
gay
tavern
guys?
is? It's a gay bar. That's where Iñigo and Fezzik were. This makes so much sense.
It's all coming
It's around the
together.
corner from fucking Rugen's sex dungeon. This is all coming together. Yeah.
It's all coming together for me now.
We've cracked the code here is what we've done.
No,
he,
it's so
he
true.
gives me like when we did a Should Have Been Gay on Frozen, he's like giving me like, what's the Prince Hans? Is that his name?
Yeah.
It's like that vibe, right? Where
Right.
he's like,
He is
Yes,
kind of
like-
cute too. Like, can I say that? Humpadick? Cute. A little cutie. Like, he's kind of cute.
I think like all of them, like that's why I'm saying like they would pull at a gay bar. Like,
He's also
they're very like classic
Yeah.
gay looking.
Yes, so
you know,
true.
I mean,
like,
also
they're very
all that
pretty
fabric.
boys.
Like so much fabric.
Mm-hmm.
and he's a villain. And as we know, all villains are
Villains
gay.
are gay. Mm-hmm. But it's like he's not just a villain. He's a villain with a super gay sidekick who
Has
There's
6
that-
fingers. What is
And
he
has
doing?
a sex
What is he
dungeon.
doing with that
What is he doing with
sixth
the sixth
finger?
finger?
I'm sorry, wait. And most importantly, whose name is Tyrone? And where Prince Humperdinck has a line at one point that I have never clocked in this movie before, where he literally goes, Tyrone, you know how much I love going into the pit with you. And I'm just like,
No, that entire scene I was just about to
Boys.
talk about because he's like, "Are you sure you don't want to watch me torture this man?"
yes.
And he's
It's
Yes.
a sex thing. It's a sex
yes,
thing.
it's a sex thing.
ultimately.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is a legitimate sex dungeon.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he's like-
you said that was a sex dungeon, that sort of changed my life.
He's like,
ultimately.
Tyrone, I love watching you like strap down some young men and like, and
Also,
you
like
know.
shirtless, like when he is
shirtless, torturing.
Sorry, I was gonna make a
Wesley.
sucking joke. I'm sorry.
Yes. that
No,
whole thing
he's
with the
literally
suction cups.
moaning. He's moaning.
Tyrone's just sucking off some guys in his dungeon, and I'd love to be there, Tyrone, but I have to go murder my wife. Listen,
I
okay?
have to go murder my wife.
He's like, I'm swamped.
I'm swamped with murdering my lesbian wife. My beard.
He's like, and also, where did he meet? Where did he
Can't
meet
watch you
Buttercup?
suck the life out of a guy, okay? I have to go kill my
There
wife.
it is. There it is. There it is. You needed that.
Wait,
Wait.
I need to know now because how did he meet Buttercup? Buttercup is a peasant.
A beard. He needed a
Buttercup's
beard.
at the gay club.
That's what I'm saying. Buttercup was at that same club.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like
for
it's like a multi-gender queer club.
Yes,
it's all
it's the queer club in what is that? What the hell?
Listen,
is this place
how
called?
many gay taverns do you think Florin could realistically have? You know, I
You'd
mean,
be surprised.
Every what is the like the thieves village or whatever?
Oh yeah. The Brute
Yeah, what do they
Squad
call it?
also? The Brute Squad? Are you kidding me?
Brute Squad.
Brute Squad? That's a bunch
Yeah.
of fucking dykes. Like, if
That
I've ever
is-
seen them.
That is a drag king show.
Brute
Yeah.
Squad? Are you
The Brute,
fucking
the
kidding
Brute
me?
Squad every Friday night at the woods.
at the pit.
Every
Every Friday night
at
at the pit. That's what it is.
At the pit.
For me, I
Yeah.
love that you said Friday night at the woods because it's Wednesday at the woods.
I know.
Wait,
I was
where do
trying
you
to be
guys
like,
live?
I'm in Boston, but I go to New York
Okay,
like
okay.
relatively often.
Because I feel like Wednesday at the Woods has blown up on TikTok, and it's so funny to me. Like, people that I know will come visit and they'll be like, "We have to go to the woods." I'm like, how do you
Oh,
know
God.
about that? Wednesday at the Woods is really a vibe. Sorry, I got completely
Okay,
sidetracked.
Wednesdays at the woods, Fridays at the pit. This is how we're doing
Yes,
it.
yes,
That's how we're
yes.
doing it.
Friday
This is
drag king show at the pit, and Buttercup was one of those drag kings. And then I'm just going off the rails, but I don't care. Then Humperdinck was like, "Who is that drag king? I want to kill her, but also I think she might marry me. So like, let's figure this out."
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I love
He's like Tyrone,
backstory.
honey, go get her number. Yeah.
I never knew that character's name was Tyrone, and I don't know why. Is that really his name?
Yes. He calls him Tyrone. I wrote it in all caps in my notes when I was rewatching this because I was like, I've never clocked that either. And then literally he says that sentence. He's like, Tyrone, you know I love going to the pit with you. And I was like, what is happening? I've never seen this movie before, I swear. Like,
The
what?
Pit would also be a great gay club name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's throwing, like, the fact that there's, like, oh, you have to walk in through a tree, you have to know the secret button on the tree to push, is very, like, I'm thinking of The Bar in A League of Their Own, right? Where it's like, I want the albino there being like, are you a friend of Dorothy? Like, yes. Yes.
Yes.
You will not
Are
be
you
the
a friend of the
albino.
Dread Pirate Roberts?
Oh
You can
my
come in.
god.
Yes. Also, yes,
That's so
Dread
good.
Pirate Roberts. Also, okay,
Gay.
let's just talk about the fact that Dread Pirate Roberts is like not a specific person, but like
An idea of a person.
Yeah, like an idea,
A persona.
A
A
drag
persona.
king.
Yes.
if you will.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I literally
Wait,
feel like they're like
sorry.
passing the gay torch. They're like,
Okay, hold
are
on.
you gay
I
enough?
have the perfect rewrite to make Wesley Leslie storyline make complete sense.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Here we go.
It's Leslie the whole time, right? Like the farm boy persona is the drag, right? Like she wanted to live as a man in a world before transitioning. So she's like, I'm the farm boy. I cut my hair. But then she's on a boat. She can't get her hair cut as much. And so she's getting the little ponytail back. And she's like, no one's going to believe I'm really a pirate. Better draw this tiny stupid mustache on my face.
Yeah, the mustache
right?
is definitely
The
not.
mustache is
yeah.
fake.
Yeah, and she's like, I know how nobody will ever question my male identity is I'm gonna become the fucking Dread Pirate Roberts.
So true.
This
so
all
it's like a
works.
fucking Mulan story. Like she's
Yes.
undercover
Yes.
as a man.
Yes.
Wesley is for sure
Wow.
Mulan vibes.
Yes.
So true.
Yeah.
That
And then
changes
Buttercup,
things.
yeah, Buttercup thought that she fell in love with a man, but then when she realizes that it's a woman, she has this whole like thing she has to deal with, and
It's
that's
an
why
internal struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess I'm gonna just go marry this guy because I can't be with Wesley Leslie because I can't be with a woman, but I also can't let my lesbian lover die.
But then Wesley Leslie disappears and she gets really into drag culture and becomes a drag king and has really accepted that part of herself.
There's a point where she basically is like, she's like, okay, I will marry you, and then she's like, never mind, I can't. Right? And she's
Yeah.
like, send the letters to Wesley. So I feel like we didn't see this on screen, but like if we really wanted to dive into like the coming out journey of Buttercup, those few days where she's without Wesley Leslie, she is like, okay, you know what? I don't even care. I need to send a letter and say like, it's okay, I'll be gay with you.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, wait. We can't finish though without talking about Fezzik and Iñigo because also they're in love, and I will die on this hill.
They're so
Right?
in love. It's not even funny. It's
Like
the
they're
cutest
just writing
love story.
fucking gay poetry together, left and right.
And
like,
when,
what is going on?
When Fezzik finds Iñigo in the like forest and he's like drunk, it's like, and he nurses him back to health.
I love that.
I mean, is that not the cutest fucking love story? I mean, that's ultimately the love story of the whole movie. And like I said at the beginning of this podcast, they ride off on horses together. That's gay.
Well, not only do they
That's
ride off on
love.
horses together, they conveniently only show Buttercup jumping out of the window at the end, and she's like, here's my delicate little leap out the window for like Fezzik to catch her. But what they leave out is that also means Iñigo and Wesley Leslie must have jumped out the window the same way. And I'm like, why don't you want to show us
Why don't you
Fezzik
wanna
catching
show us
Iñigo?
gay love.
Bride Carrie style, catching him, riding off on their little horses together. Like, roll the clip. We all know what happened here, okay?
We all know it's the director's cut. It's the long version. It's in there. We know it exists. Give it to us.
I have to give my wife credit because we're watching that scene at the end when he looks down, right? Like Iñigo's up in the tower with Buttercup and Wesley, and he looks down with Fezzik's there with the horses, and he's like, Fezzik, you did something right. And she was like, the look of pure love in his eyes. Like, I'm pretty sure that's his, like, as you wish moment. Is like, he's saying you did something right, but what he meant was, I love
As
you.
you wish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's all coded. Plus, Inigo's just gay. Like, I'm sorry, but Inigo's whole thing when he's like, oh, I just can't wait for this like buff man to climb up this mountain to come fight me and whatever. And then he's like, when he's explaining to Vizzini, when he's like, oh, I'm gonna do him left-handed, like it's the only way I can be satisfied. And I was like, what? I'm sorry.
Okay, what?
What?
That whole scene with them fighting, I feel like also is very much like a gay recognizing another gay.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
Right, where he's like, I respect you. He's like, you know what? I wanted to kill you, but like now I don't want to kill you.
Well, and they're like having a whole heart to heart first,
Yeah.
you know?
It's that Spider-Man meme where they're like pointing at each other. It's that.
Yes.
They're like,
Yes.
They're like, you're gay? And he's
Yeah.
like, you're gay?
You're
And
gay?
they're
Yeah.
like, we're gay?
and because how perfect does that make the whole thing where he's like, there's
I have a
something that I
secret.
know that
Yeah.
you don't know. And he's like, I'm not even
Left-handed.
Like,
and he's like,
left-handed.
I'm not left-handed either.
Yeah, and they're both like, I'm not even like actually straight. And he's
I'm not
like,
even
oh
straight.
my God, bitch, me neither. Like, yeah, that is
Wait,
100%
that is actually
happening.
so good.
Also, Iñigo Montoya holds a grudge the whole movie, and holding a grudge
Yes.
is gay.
So gay.
It's like, let it go, girly. Let it go. Like,
It's been 20
it's been 20 years.
years.
The grudge is too much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, like, the Six-Finger Man, how old is he? Is he a daddy? Like, because he's
Sorry, you mean Tyrone?
Tyrone.
Dungeon Daddy
is-
Tyrone.
is
Dungeon
Yeah.
Daddy Tyrone.
Listen,
If it's
I'm
been
gonna
20 years. Let's say he was even like, let's see, he was
20.
20 even when then he's at least 40.
40's daddy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he definitely like looks like,
Dungeon Daddy.
He's got
Yeah.
a little, like, gray. He's like,
yeah, he's got like a
giving.
streak.
He's
That's like a
giving
very gay
gray.
thing too. I feel like he's like,
so
oh, let me
gay.
keep like the one streak.
Totally.
Like he actually dyes the rest of his hair, but like keeps a streak.
yeah. He wants to be a silver fox. Who doesn't? I mean, come on.
I mean, he doesn't
Literally.
want to be.
Yeah.
He is.
He succeeds at it.
He just is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, wait. I have one slight aside comment to make, which is while we're talking about Dungeon Daddy Tyrone and sex nights
Yes.
at the Payne dungeon, whatever. I feel like I also just need to rewrite for us the scene where our gay boyfriends Fezzik and Iñigo bring Westley to Miracle Max, and Miracle Max is like, get the bellows, because I'm gonna rewrite that scene as 3 dudes blow a guy. And I
love
feel like
that.
we could just make this whole movie like that. I think
3
we could
dudes
just
blow a guy. That's the whole
Yeah.
movie, to be honest with you.
That's the IMDb synopsis.
Can
that
I
you missed
also
at the
say
beginning.
that
3 dudes, one of whom is Billy Crystal, blow a guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I also just say that Miracle Max and his wife are kind of a lesbian couple also?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
that whole vibe is... And also, it's played by Carol Kane. Okay, I was looking her up and I was like, wait a minute, is she a lesbian? And I was like, Carol Kane husband. And there was like rumors that she was married to Woody Harrelson, but it's not confirmed. And I was like, sort of about to go down a
interesting.
deep dive on
She's-
that, but I didn't have time. But anyway, I don't know. Woody Harrelson.
She was
is-
in Kimmy Schmidt. That's where I think most
exactly.
people these days would know her from.
Anyway, there's nothing on the internet about her sexuality, so for that, I'll say she's gay.
We
Yeah,
also
it's
what
a
was the
perfect
other
story.
what was the other movie we did with Carol Kane? It was one of the Lindsay Lohan ones. Ellie, do you remember?
Oh, she's the drama teacher in
Yeah.
Confessions of a Teenage Drama
Is
Queen.
she?
In Teenage Drama Queen.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
that's what it is.
She's
Yeah.
so good. For me, it's like if I Google someone and I'm like, blah, 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 husband, and nothing comes up, I'm like, they're gay.
Gay.
And it's like not even, there's no merit to it whatsoever, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you're gay.
Okay.
I think it's fine. I think it's right.
Yes, we will take that as an accurate answer for everything. You're gay.
You're gay.
Yes, you're gay. I agree, though. They are definitely a lesbian couple. Like, woman is nagging.
Nagging.
And same thing about revenge, right? Like, the only reason that Magic Max is like, oh, I'll do it is to get revenge on his boss.
Yeah,
exactly.
so
He's
true.
holding a grudge.
Mm-hmm.
Gays hold grudges. I'm making that a stereotype. It's not even a stereotype.
Honestly, we say that on like most should have been gays. We're like, hold a grudge.
Pettiness.
Wants revenge. Yeah, it's the pettiness of it.
It's the pettiness.
It's true. Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
should we
Hold
also
it.
talk about Boo? Boo!
Oh,
Boo! Queen of garbage.
Queen of garbage. Filth. Boo!
Yeah.
She's gay.
yes.
Who
First
is
of all,
she?
like-
She is crazy. and crazy equals gay.
Gay. Crazy equals gay. Sane equals gay. It doesn't matter where you are.
No matter where you are, who you are, you're gay.
You're gay.
gay.
I mean, that's sort of the point of this entire podcast. So, yes.
I love that.
But I do feel like I said at the beginning, fairy gay mother.
Yes.
Because this is a dream.
It's a
right?
dream.
Like, this woman, we never see her any other time except in this, like, fantasy that Robin Wright has, right? / Buttercup. And after that fantasy, she's like, this is her moment where she's like, I love Westley.
It's her come to Jesus moment
It
where
is.
somebody's like, you're gay and you need
Yes.
to fucking deal with this.
Yeah, it's her
Yes.
fairy gay mother shouting down her internalized compet. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love it.
I see that. And I feel like she is like, you're a piece of garbage because you're trying to be with this man instead of the lesbian that you love.
She's like garbage straight person.
You're garbage because you want to hump a dick.
Putrescent heterosexual.
You want to hump a dick and that's gross.
It's disgusting.
I love it.
And
That is
ultimately,
also so
straight people
funny.
are garbage, and we have to say that because no one else will.
We're
Yeah.
the brave ones here. No, but I do feel like that is hilarious.
Yeah,
Like she's this old lesbian who's like disgusting.
you're
Yeah.
gross.
How
Yeah,
could you?
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you even consider marrying a man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she also would be at the pit. Let's be real. She runs the pit. She is the owner of the pit.
the bouncer of the pit. She's
I
like,
love it.
I feel like an owner of a lesbian bar is always an old lesbian. Like, no, like not to be.
yes, no,
But, like,
always,
This woman is the owner of the lesbian bar.
totally. And
Like,
her
she
outfit,
lives above it
so true.
in the tree.
In the tree. That sounds right.
And
Yeah.
then she comes
In a
down at night.
treehouse,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
she
yeah.
built because she's a
Yep.
fucking lesbian.
Yeah.
And she just haunts closeted lesbians' dreams.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I have one final point because I added to my IMDb synopsis this grandpa was the real gay agenda line. And it's really important to me for one reason, which is that we haven't talked at all about the Baby Fred Savage part of the movie.
It's true.
But I feel like that part of the movie is the hashtag representation matters aspect of Princess Bride to me, right? Because they have this whole thing, especially with our new Wesley Leslie storyline, because they have this whole thing where little baby Fred Savage is like, ooh, kissing, ooh, skip the kissing parts. And then until he hears the whole story and then you get to the end and he's like, well, I actually, maybe it's okay. It's okay this time, Grandpa. Like, I want to hear about the kissing. And I just feel like this is the whole thing. Is like, yeah, straight people don't want to see gays kissing until they're like invested in our storylines and our lives and like us as people. And then they're like, oh my God, actually, yeah, maybe I do care about the kissing. Like, I want the resolution to the story. Like, give me Buttercup and Leslie, Grandpa. That's what he's going for.
Wow, you just did a whole research thesis paper on this right now.
Listen, this is our 98th should have been gay, okay?
I'm
Like,
whoa,
we've done these.
that was accurate. I was like, whoa.
That like changed my life almost. Like
you were like, I gotta get this one last thing in, and
Yeah.
it's really
and
important.
it's really deep.
and it's very, very intense. And I'm like, wait, actually, yeah.
I'm just saying, I think there's something to be said for like how he changes his mind. I think it's relevant. That's all.
No, it was. I'm not making fun of you. I think it's an incredible like read of the situation. I'm impressed.
also, as you're talking about that, it's just going through my mind. He also is like, so we have to kill Humperdinck. Like, he like this little boy is like, fuck Compet.
Yeah.
So
oh my
true.
God.
Yeah.
And Grandpa was like, yes, you got the message.
Exactly.
Goodbye.
Grandpa knew
Also,
what's going on.
Wait, the As You Wish from the Grandpa at the end, is Grandpa Westley Leslie? Like, is that what they're trying to say to us?
Are you asking for
in
real?
The movie? For real? For real?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was watching it today and I was like, are they trying to say that this is Wesley Leslie?
No, it's really a book.
Yeah, but he winks or something. Like, I'm like, were they trying to like? He's like,
I
"As
love
you
that
wish,"
that was
and you're
your
like,
read of the movie. I love that. I don't think that's what it's doing, but I love
it's
that.
the twist no one
you
saw
go outside
coming.
their house and it's actually a castle.
You're like, was this 1980s Grandpa secretly a swashbuckling
Secretly?
pirate on the high seas?
I don't know.
He could be.
Or no. Or was his father Wesley Leslie? I don't know. Like, it felt like there was a thing there, but that's probably me reading too much into it.
No, it's so cute that you think that. You're wrong. No, I'm just
You're an
kidding.
idiot.
I'm just kidding.
I love it.
Stupid.
Oh my God, it's okay though. Okay,
No,
so
I mean, I think it's a fairy tale. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's a book. It's a book.
what led you to believe? I don't know. It seems,
But it's
very
also
realistic.
because I do think this is such a great way to write your book into a screenplay, right? Like, it's such a genius way to do that, to like make your book a book in the movie of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, is that the origin of this?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
this was
he
a book
wrote
that was
the
turned
book,
into
The
a
Princess
screenplay,
Bride,
yeah.
and then they turned The Princess Bride into this movie, but the book is just the book.
Okay, I actually didn't know that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Right?
It is
Isn't
brilliant.
It, like,
no, it is brilliant. It's
because
really smart.
it's such a good, like, I don't know why it works so well for me in this movie.
It does
like
work
how
really
they
well.
framed the story
Yeah.
out in the context of this, like just reading this, you know, book to little baby Fred Savage. But like,
no, there's so many good moments when they like cut back to it, like the eels
Yes.
moment. And he's like, "Is it too scary for you?" And it's like, I don't know. It's so cute. It's fun.
well, and I also think like because the production quality, especially for like a 1987 movie, like was, you know,
Yeah.
not super high, like I feel like it makes it work so much better, and I think it's why the movie still works so well 35 years later, even though all of the effects are so bad, you know, and it's like all of the monsters and the stuff, like nothing in it is like very well done, but I feel like it works so well when you make the movie part of the movie be a story that's being read anyways, because then you can kind of create this thing for yourself of like, well, it's okay, it's just a story being read. And so
Right.
it's like you can, I feel like if you had just made the story of the book The Princess Bride into the movie exactly as it is in this movie, you'd watch it now and be like, wow, this is super dated and bad, in a way that you absolutely do not when he's just reading him the book.
Yeah, it kind of makes the whole movie camp.
Yeah,
In a way.
exactly.
And camp is gay.
And camp is gay. So
And
done.
in conclusion,
We've
And
done
in
it. Yeah.
conclusion-
Yeah.
Okay, wait, we have
All
to
right.
do, can we do
Yes,
ships
let's do our
before?
ships.
Yeah.
and then
So
we
who
will wrap it up.
Who are we shipping? Who's your top ship of the movie, Kendall?
Okay, this is my top ship of the movie. And this is
Okay.
going to come out of left field for you guys. My ship of the movie is Buttercup and Miracle Max's wife, because they're the only two women in the movie.
Wow.
And I made their
Wow,
ship name-
Leslie Erasure.
No, it's so true. Now that I know, I'm like, you know, obviously, but before I knew Leslie was Leslie was Leslie, you know. The
Does
two
she even
women of
have
the
a
film-
name? Does the wife have a name?
No, she does, but I don't think it's ever said in the movie. But I was like looking it up, and apparently her name's Valerie. But I made the, which is
They
so
for sure
random.
never
So
say
random.
that. Yeah.
So random. And honestly, Valerie is the real queen of this movie. Like, she's the best. When she's like, Humpadick, 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 Humpadick.
So wait, so what's their
Wait,
ship name?
Their
Buttercup
ship
and
name
Valerie.
is Miracle Whip, which I thought was butter, but it turns out it's mayo, so it doesn't really work. But
Honestly, it's
I thought
perfect
it was
either way.
still sort of
Nice.
cute.
Incredible. Mine is gonna be Humperdinck and Tyrone
Okay, obviously.
Fair.
because like they're just already together. Like they're definitely together. I don't know what their ship name is. Like it has to be
tie
Humpa-
your dick. Tie your dick. Tie your dink.
Ty Tyrening.
Tight
Or
tight hole.
humperone.
Tight hole.
Title. Incredible. But they are definitely together. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to say
I
then
agree.
my top ship is my boys, Fezzik and Iñigo, because
It's gotta be.
I just love them. I just love them. They're so
Twoo-love.
supportive. Twoo-love.
I
So
know.
supportive.
So what about Buttercup and Leslie? We'll
We'll get to them. I want to do Iñigo and Fezzik, and I don't know what their ship name is.
Fezzigo.
Fezzigo, yeah.
Fezzigo.
Yeah.
The Peanut Boys. I don't know.
Buttercup and Leslie is for sure Lesercup.
Lesercup, which
Yeah.
is Les hang out.
Yes.
So true.
Les-
so
Plug
true.
the pod.
This show brought to you by Leslie.
Okay, can we
The Dread Pirate Roberts.
say
sponsors
definitively the Princess Bride
It should have been gay.
should have been gay?
gay.
Oh, yeah. All right. You ready for our Q&A? We're going to ask you some yes or no or multiple choice questions. You ready?
I love that. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Q and gay.
Question number 1. Which Dread Pirate Roberts has the scariest name? A. Ryan, B. Wesley, or C. Cummerbund?
It's gotta be C.
Cummerbund.
Cummerbund?
Also, how did we not talk
That's
about Cummerbund?
gay.
That's gay. Yeah.
That's
So gay.
literally a gay in a polo. Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
Okay, question 2, Kendall. What is the gayest thing Wesley Leslie says in the movie? Out of A, as you wish, B, there's a shortage of perfect boobs in the world, C, rest well and dream of large women, or D, death cannot stop true love.
It's gotta be rest well and dream of large women.
Mhm.
I mean, come on.
Amazing.
That boob line really got me, though.
The boobs is really good too.
There's
really
a
good.
shortage of perfect boobs in this world. And what does he say? And then he's like,
It would,
it would
be a
shame to
shame
lose yours or something.
Yeah,
Where,
something like
she's
that.
about, oh my God, insane.
No, it's hot. Honestly, it's
Like,
hot.
The first thing you say to her is, hey, I really like your boobs.
Nice rack. Yeah, I
Yes.
missed you.
Nice rack, I'm alive.
Uh,
Nice rack, I'm back. Ooh, yes, we rhymed. All right, question number 3. Who is the gayest of them all? A. Buttercup, B. Wesley, C. Humperdinck, or D. Tyrone?
it's gotta be Humpadick.
Humpadick.
God,
He's the
him in his
gayest.
little frilly wedding outfit. I just cannot.
His frilly
I'm like,
wedding outfit also, he was like clomping around
Yeah.
the castle. Like he's clomping. Like
Yeah.
I feel like he's got little tap shoes on. Also, when he runs away, that moment, I forgot about that until just now. When he's like, they're fighting, he's fighting Iñigo, and he like runs away. Oh
No,
no,
that's
that was
Tyrone.
That's Tyrone.
That's
Fuck.
Tyrone.
But that also is a gay moment.
So gay.
They're both very gay. They're made for each other.
There's another moment with Humperdinck where he's talking to that guy who's like next to his chair and he's like, I need you to clear the thieves thing. And like the guy puts his hand on his armchair.
yeah.
And he's like, he like stares
Oh
at
yeah,
you.
that guy. He's the one that like runs the,
The
Brute Squad.
ginger man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
head of the Brute Squad,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're like, he's like in love, but it's okay. All right.
Okay,
Next
question
one, Leigh.
4. This is possibly going to be an impossible question, and you can do a write-in if you need to.
Okay.
What is your favorite The Princess Bride line? Out of A, have fun storming the castle, B, marriage, C, queen of putrescence, or D, I do not think it means what you think it means.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, I forgot about Vicini and what does he keep saying?
Inconceivable. Yeah, I feel like we forgot the gayest thing about Vizzini, which is that he has his own catchphrase, like gay.
Inconceivable. I do not think that word means what you think it means. I mean, it's gotta be marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Love. True love.
I don't know why, but that fucking line gets me every time.
It's incredible.
So good.
All right.
That is
question
what they'll say at my gay wedding. Okay.
Are you going to try to hire that specific?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah, yeah.
find that actor.
I'm gonna find him, and
That would be actually epic.
That would be so sick.
Everyone's like, wait, they look so familiar. Eat it. All right, question number 5. Here's our last one.
Mm-hmm.
What would you rather be? A prince, B, a pirate, C, a farm boy, or D, a dungeon assistant?
It's gotta be a pirate. Are you kidding me? It goes back to all these fucking queers in Bushwick dressing like pirates. I'm like, so many chains. I feel like, do pirates wear chains? I don't know. I feel like they would.
Yes. Boots.
Also, I dressed up as a pirate as a kid for Halloween one year, and I feel like ultimately, like looking back on that picture, like that was like the gayest, dykiest little girl you've ever seen.
As a pirate or as the Dread Pirate Roberts?
I wasn't the Dread Pirate Roberts, but it was giving Dread Pirate Roberts for sure. No, I would be a pirate.
Leigh, what was your gayest Halloween costume?
Oh God, that's gonna be such a hard thing to answer.
I don't know why the first. What's your gayest Halloween costume when you were not out? Like when you were a child?
I feel like the first thing coming to mind is my mom made me a whole outfit to dress as Abu, as the monkey in Aladdin when I was little, with like the little fez hat and everything.
Yeah, that's...
Or maybe it was an Aladdin costume. That would be even gayer. Did I have a vest?
A vest is
you
gay.
were in a little vest. That's it.
A vest
I feel
is gay.
I feel like it might have been Aladdin.
I think the monkey has a vest.
Yeah,
doesn't the monkey wear a vest?
Well. They both have vests.
They both have vests. So now I can't remember who I was supposed to be. Then either way, feels gay. I don't know.
Very gay.
Definitely gay.
1 year for Halloween, I was Jessie from Toy Story.
Oh yeah, gay.
So gay.
And
Very
that
gay.
girl is gay.
Cowboys are gay. Pirates are gay.
Pirates, monkeys.
Why do you think the pirates go off with a bunch of men on the sea? It's giving gay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are the women? Where are they?
They're in drag. If there is a woman on a pirate ship,
they're at the pit. Okay.
Yes.
Like,
amazing. Kendall, thank you so much for hanging out with us for this chaos trip. I knew it would be because it's The Princess Bride.
I love it.
Where can our listeners find you on social media?
All my handles are at Kendall X Payne. You can find me there pretty much everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Venmo, I don't know, everything.
If you want to
amazing.
Just send Kendall some tips.
Or just be my friend on Venmo. Like, if you want to see who I'm sending money to, it's all yours. Like, I'm an open book, to be honest.
And when's your next show?
My next show is, I think it's the first Saturday in February. But you can follow also at Slumber Party NYC on Instagram, and that will definitely have our next show. And it's super fun. We're at Union Hall in Brooklyn, and yeah, it's a gay ass show and a lot of fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me. Sorry.
You too. What a blast.
I feel like we went on a journey, and I'm here for
We rode off into the sunset in 3 white horses for us.
3 white horses. So true.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 we're gay.
We love hearing from you and building community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. And we'd like to shout out Jamie, who reached out to us on Instagram to say thank you for making such wonderfully gay content. I love you guys. Great message. We love you too, Jamie.
We love you too, Jamie. We also want to shout out, so some of you may have known in our episode last week, we talked to Jill O'Sullivan, who is one of the community directors on the app Her, and we just wanted to shout out somebody who reached out on our Twitter and responded to say that she had met her soon-to-be wife on her social app, and I know on the post it says less than a week, so that must mean now or just recently that you got married. So we just want to say congratulations, happy wedding, best wishes, wish you all the best, lifetime of happiness. So happy for you, love it.
You know what's hilarious too? When I read that, the gay in me was like, she's like, met my future wife less than a week. I was like, wait, so you just met a week ago?
And you're getting married? I love
that.
So, sorry. And it's Jacoba. I don't know how to pronounce it. We're very happy for you.
Your interpretation's probably more accurate. Yes, we're very happy for you.
I mean, we could both be right. You never know.
You never know. As always, we want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Tanya Ferguson,
Sarah and Julia,
Alana Rosen,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Fiona W.,
and Sophia Phillips.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen,
Leah Hendley,
Andrea Doucette,
and Julia Gonzalez. Thank you all so much. We could not continue making this podcast without the help of all of our patrons. You're all just wonderful. We love you all.
Remember, you can also find us on all the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Let's Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at letshangoutpod@gmail.com.
Or you can check out our website at letshangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use to listen to podcasts, make sure that you subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes as soon as they go up every week.
We're also posting videos to our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/letshangoutpod to catch them.
Let's Hang Out is an independently produced show. It's hosted by us. Our audio production is done by Ellie. Our production assistant is Krista Murison. And Twitter shenanigans and various other graphics and stuff are done by me.
If you want to support the podcast, the easiest way to do that is to rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We love hearing what you have to say.
If you want to support us on our Patreon, you get access to ad-free episodes, Les Central's watch parties, bonus Patreon episodes, our Discord chat, so many other cool things. You can find that at bit.ly/lespatreon.
If you want to get some Let's Hang Out merch, you can get that at bit.ly/lesshop. We have all kinds of gay apparel for you to put all over your body, so do it.
Remember, we also have a queer production company. We are making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings. You can find that everywhere at $beanprod.
Or at our website, dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can check out all of the episodes of our first show, The Flame, on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at LSH Foster.
You almost said Fister. At LSH Fister. Sorry.
Solving all your fisting needs.
If you ever wanted to know something new about Leigh, here we go. And you can find me individually at Ellie Brigida on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh.
And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart-Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast, Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to real people dealing with issues like infertility, the death of a loved one, human trafficking, and women who, fake it. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to celebrities too. Emmy winners like actor John Cryer, supermodels like Amber Valletta, and rock stars like Ryan Dusick. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee you that Only One in the Room has a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room on Apple or Spotify today.